Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to my TED Talk. Oh shit. I'm watching you guys join. Hello. Hello, friends. Oh my goodness. Happy EP release day. It feels really crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna wait till some more of you guys hop on in. I'm hanging out at my parents' house because I really wanted to just like be somewhere peaceful today and just like kind of be distracted so I wouldn't be like on my phone constantly and checking things, even though I kind of still was checking things. But yeah, no, it feels good. I feel really excited. I'm really happy that you guys are digging the new EP. Hi, friends. So this right here, this is my when we first started touring. This is like, I don't know if you can see it. This spot right here is like right next to our fireplace. So I'd always, because our house is like always freezing, I'd always sit there and like draw and drink coffee in the morning and hang out with my cat and watch TV. And this is like my safe spot. Woohoo! I met the sweetest baby ever today. I'm not usually like a crazy baby person. I can always appreciate a cute baby, but we had a special connection, and I've never really had that with a baby as an adult, and it felt really cool. And I don't have baby fever, but I like get it now. I totally get it. I'm gonna Aww. You guys are so sweet. What I can't personally pick a favorite song from the EP. Actually, you know what? I can. They're tied. They're all really fun and really special, but they're tied. My favorites are tied between Nightmare and Old Wounds, and I don't really know which one's my favorite. What do you guys, where do you feel? I feel like they're all different energies and different vibes, and that was kind of the purpose of it, to just like give a bunch of different flavors and just be like, here, these all exist. And it felt really freeing to make, and to there's a little less pressure with it. You can kind of like run free with it a little bit more, even though there should never be too much pressure with music. But oh, I'm glad you guys like Old Wounds. I wrote that in a hotel room in Brooklyn, and I remember I was really down about something in a certain situation a couple years ago, and I remember taking the subway, and there's always kind of people performing in the subway, but there is this one guy. I forget what instrument it was. It was like a violin, but it wasn't the violin, and it wasn't a viola. It was like some type of stringed instrument, but he was playing something really beautiful and sad, and I just like recorded a couple seconds of it, and then I like stretched it and like chopped it up and made a little like loop with it, and that's the beginning of Old Wounds, is that guy in the subway, and that was on the day that I'd started the song, and it was cool to like be able to throw that in the track. It was not a cello, it was like a smaller instrument. Maybe it was just violin, but it sounded a little different. I can hear my cat.
Would you say he's happy or mad?
He's meowing to go outside. Yes, Jordan, JXR, I think that means Jordan. Jordan, I can't believe you heard the cat. Do you guys want to meet my favorite cat in the world? Okay, I will let you see the cat. This is weird. This is like, I never know how to do these things, but it's good to break out of your comfort zone. Here he is. He's outside pondering. So our cat has he's very violent, and he kills a lot of mice and rabbits, especially in the summertime. And my family keeps track of how many he leaves for them. And this summer he killed 45 rabbits, which is so, I as a kid was like traumatized from him. There's also a dog. This is Frodo. Hi, buddy. He's getting old. I'm sure whoever else has outdoor cats can understand that. They're kind of like killing machines, and you have to learn to, there's nothing you can do. There's so many little baby rabbits that I used to try and save as a kid, and my parents would always be like, you can't, this is nature, it's gonna die. And then it was really sad. Yeah, that's Frodo. He's Mr. Independent. It is good to see the old Frodo man. He's very rugged. He has chips. Yeah, I don't know if you could see in the connection, but he has a chip in this ear and a chip in that ear, like a cartoon alley cat. And then he's got like a scar here, and some of his whiskers are like kind of bent and weird, because he's just like always getting into stupid shit. But he's like survived. He has lived a life. Oh shit, I might have been blocking the mic. When will Paris do a concert in Malaysia? We want to do concerts everywhere, and I promise you, as soon as it's like logical and affordable and logistically okay for us to go to certain places, we will go. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer to get to certain areas. Dun, dun, dun. Oh my god, someone is at Chili's? That sounds great, but that sounds like my stomach would have a fun time afterwards. I'm gonna see if I can answer some questions. Wait, are we playing Brixton? I literally don't know. You paused Great British Bake Off. Thank you. You know what? When I got home last night, I turned on Netflix and I'm on my parents' account and my mom was watching it. My favorite thing is like if you go to people's houses and you are on their Netflix and you can see what they've been watching. It's kind of like a low-key way to figure them out. There's a little psychology behind it. Team sensitive stomach, that's right. Tunnel vision. Wait, what was I tapping? Is it this sound? It's my foot in a tissue box because I have to fidget in some form. Oh, snap! Someone halted their recording to come watch this. Well, I hope that you're recording some magic and that it's awesome and that you feel inspired and you're having fun. Someone says, Lucy, get back to work. Someone said, I saw your Hunter post, Gertie. Did you watch Euphoria? I was so late to watching Euphoria, but I think I watched it at the right time. I think if I watched it when it first came out, I would have been a little sensitive Pisces about it, and probably actually that is what happened. I started it and then I had to stop it because it was like, for some reason, felt very intense the first time watching, and then the second time watching I loved it, and I really, really love the entire show, and I really love Hunter Schafer, and I really love Zendaya. But my favorite character is definitely Jules. What's my opinion on Virgos? I know a lot of really awesome Virgos, so I like them. Alex is a Virgo. Favorite scary movie? I really love Poltergeist, and I really love OG Carrie. But recently, out of more recent movies, I really, really love the Insidious series, and I really love Midsommar and Hereditary. Do I like Tauruses? Yes, I love Tauruses. I have a Taurus moon, actually, so that's kind of why we get each other. Do you like witchy stuff? Do you know me? Favorite place in the UK? I really love Bath. I feel like we've toured a lot of the UK, but we haven't seen enough yet. But I really enjoy Bath. Please. Hi, BDE Gun. You bully me a lot. But you know what? Someone's got to do it. Drop your birth chart challenge. I'll give you my big three. My big three is I have a Pisces sun, Taurus moon, and a Gemini rising. Don't hate. Just don't. It makes a lot of sense. And my Aries, or my Venus is in Aries. Mercury is Pisces. I forget the whole thing, but it makes a lot of sense. Do I own a Hydro Flask? Hell frickin' yeah, I do. It says GERD. Stay hydrated and save the planet. Okay, I exude Pisces energy. Thank you. Do I have CoStar? I do. I don't really like it that much. If anybody wants an amazing astrology app, even if you're not into astrology, it's kind of more psychological. You should get the Pattern. It's insane. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It gets you. It's pretty intense. Please get your kitten and name them GERD. Yes, Colleen. The Pattern is real. There's also another app called Horos, Horos, that tells you, does your full birth chart, and then it will tell you like how much fire, earth, air you are. Does your yin and your yang. Does a lot of cool. It's like it shows it in like charts. It's really cool. Collab with churches. I've actually been writing with Doc. We've been jamming, so maybe that will happen. How do I save the live? What's going on? Oh, you mean like save it like onto my profile. Okay. I'll do that. I thought you meant it was boring and like I needed to bring in like lights and clowns to make it better, which also valid. Who do you really want to collab with? You know what? I don't really know. Probably something weird. Probably something unexpected. I don't know. If you guys have ideas, that'd actually be really cool. My favorite show of the intimate shows. Honestly, all of them are really fun in their own way. Surprisingly, this is not me shitting on LA. Surprisingly, LA was really, really fun. It's usually kind of a show where a lot of people that just go to a lot of shows will go to, so it's a little harder to engage people, but everybody was amazing. However, I think New York was the ultimate, like, rowdy show. There was a mosh pit pretty much the entire time. We had crowd surfers and stage divers at the same time, kind of. They were like collected from the stage, but yeah, I'd say those were tied. But really, honestly, every show was really special and really fun. And it's the first time in a while that I felt really like happy and not terrified to be on stage, and that was really cool. You did open up a pit in Nashville. That was also a gnarly pit. I will give you credit. I think Boston had a pit as well. Chicago was very fun. Chicago was way past my bedtime, and it felt like, when you're a kid and you'd go to like a field trip to the aquarium and you'd sleep over at the aquarium overnight, or you'd just like sleep over at a museum or something. That's what that show felt like. It was too late for me in my like internal clock that it felt like this fun, special, crazy thing. I don't know. It was cute. You asked for that pit in Nashville. You did. You really got it. Ooh, that's a cool question. How many past lives do you think you've lived? I honestly don't know, but I feel very old. Not like the oldest level, but like on the older side, but I definitely still got some shit to go through. But I've had past life reading, and it was really, really cool. And if you ever need a good person to get a reading from, I can send you guys a contact. Also, in general, if you guys ever want a really good psychic, I can tag her Instagram. But she's really great. Very legit. Dun, dun, dun. Do you believe in soulmates, like one or more? I believe in multiple. I feel like you're like connected with a bunch of people at all times, and you can just kind of like bounce around. And I think not everybody is meant to teach you. Not everybody's meant to. Not everybody's meant to last. Some people are meant to give you certain lessons and teach you to set certain boundaries. Some people are, I don't know. I feel like everybody is like, dude, I can't talk today. I'm so tired. I feel like everybody has a specific purpose. Everybody's kind of like a catalyst in your life, and yeah. I definitely think there's specific people you're definitely meant to align with, no matter what. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're supposed to stay. I think you just gotta honor whatever it is you have with certain people for whatever time it is, and then if you gotta set them free, you gotta set them free. Do you think psychics in Salem are legit? I'm honestly not super sure. I haven't been to Salem too much. I've only gone a couple times in my adult years. But I feel like I'm not sure. I can't give you a good answer. Do you watch the L Word? Duh. That's like your initiation. I've seen the preview for the new one. Is it out? I don't even know if it's out now. But I am hoping that it's cool. Do you watch American Horror Story? Yes, I'm really bad at keeping up with it. I was just talking about this with some of my friends about how most people are unhappy with like every season that's not Murder House or Coven. I feel like Hotel was like third place for a lot of people, but every season's kind of been bumming out a lot of other people. But it's like every season's different. It could be anything. So you I feel like everybody's kind of always rooting for it to do well when a new season comes out. So the concept is like brilliant, I think, but I haven't watched the last two seasons, to be honest. I need to do some catch up. Do some Heinz catch up. Did anyone guess the city yet? Honestly, I have to check now. I have to check my post now and see if anybody got it, but in the first 2 days that it was posted, nobody got it. Only people who were on the road with us knew. Dun, 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 dun. Do I watch Grace and Frankie? Absolutely. You know what? They actually filmed Grace and Frankie near my apartment that I live. And they put on like a notice. They tell you if somebody's filming nearby and where it is and like what time you can't be allowed in the certain area, and they were there. Have you ever heard about Wicca, and what do you think about it? Of course I've heard about Wicca. Kelly Mason. I'm catching up with your comments. I'm checking them out. Have you watched Euphoria? Emma, you're late. We've already gone over this. Just kidding. Well, I'm just kidding about giving you shit, but how long have you been playing drums? I don't feel like an official drummer, but I've been playing drums since was like, I don't know, middle school, high school. I would always, my brother had a drum set in his room, so I'd always like sneak on his drum set after school and play. And then eventually he caught me and he was like, we should jam together. And then that's how I actually first started playing music, was with my older brother. I love that you love SpongeBob. SpongeBob is a big icebreaker, and I think it's a very quick way to identify what type of person somebody is based off of if they appreciate SpongeBob in this day and age. Because I think it's a very specific type of humor and connection that you can have with it, and I think it's a really quick way to either bond with somebody or just like walk away from them if they don't even like entertain the idea of any bit of SpongeBob. They're just not your people that you want to be around, you know. I feel like SpongeBob is a complete form of communication, you know. What was your favorite song to record on the EP? Honestly, I got to play drums on all of them, and I've never really been able to do that, and that's something I really appreciate JT for, is he kind of just lets me like run wild on every instrument and create a tornado. But Old Wounds was really fun to track all around. Like, it's just a fun vibe. How are you feeling it, Mr. Krabs? Do you want to say hi to my mom? My mom's here.
No.
This is my mom.
Hi.
Some of
Cheers.
you. She says cheers. All our UK friends will be very happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice to see you. Nice to meet you. For like 2 seconds.
All my friends on my internet phone. 21st century. What a world we live in. My mom is the coolest and my dad is the coolest, and it's just the way it is. Okay, I feel like I need to be a responsible artist and like promote the EP and talk about it, but I don't really. You guys just listen to it and enjoy it, and I've been looking at a lot of comments, and just my heart's been very warmed, and I'm just really grateful that you guys are enjoying it. Dream tour. I would love to tour with, oh my god, I like thought about this the other day and I knew my answer and I don't remember. It was really good. It made a lot of sense too. Oh, you know what? I would really love to tour with The Neighborhood or Post Malone or I don't know. We'll tour with anybody. Most of the time. Ooh. Oh, we got some Neighborhood fans. Cool. Yeah, I think I would love that. What was the last stick and poke you did? What was the last person you tattooed? Ooh, that can be answered in one thing. The last person I stick and poked was my friend. And she wanted me to do a crescent moon. And immediately when I started it, I started to fuck it up. So I stopped doing it. I pulled the responsible route and was like, gotta be real with you. I'm gonna mess this up if I keep going. You know? So I stopped it. Someone said Donna Missile and K-Flay. Oh my god, those are two of some of my favorite people in the world, so that would be really fun. Girls tour. Okay, I'm seeing a couple. Would you tattoo fans on tour, or you gotta get a license to do that? I would have to get a license to do that, like legally, and that would be the only way I would feel safe to do that, is to be responsible. My friends have signed an imaginary waiver of friendship. So that's why I do stick and pokes on my friends. But maybe one day. That would be really fun. I think we would need a lot of time off from tour, and I would want to make it a very routine, comfortable thing. I'm still learning a lot with it. But I would love to. There's so many things I would do if we didn't have to tour all the time. Mastering stick and poke and like being able to go do like little guest spots or something, or just like travel around and do pokes for fun would be a really fun thing to do on the side. Yes, thank you, Hecking Granite. Yeah, I would need to find the right environment and like make sure everything was legal. Hardest song to sing, you know? They're not necessarily hard, they're just not what my voice naturally can do now. Like, I mean, we did the first record when I was like 19, and like your shit changes and you gotta roll with it. So some stuff is not necessarily difficult, I just have to sing it differently. Hi, Steph. Checking out some questions. Catching up to you guys. Rap super bass. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Dun, 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 dun. I'm probably gonna have to go in a couple minutes, so I'll do rapid fire. Is there gonna be any more new merch now that we have so many new songs? It is in my calendar to work on some new merch for things, and there will be some very soon. Yes. Do you like Kevin Abstract? Yes, we fucked up so hard. When he first started out, we like could have been able to take him out on tour, and I forget who we picked instead, but he's great. It would have been awesome. What are my Halloween plans? I will be celebrating in New Orleans with one of my best pals. It will be my first ever vacation as an adult. I've never taken a break or vacation. I mean, like, we have days off and stuff, but I've never had a full-on, I am treating myself on this trip and going to strictly just go to enjoy this trip. And we're going to do that in New Orleans. Just in time for Halloween. I know. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the support on taking a little break, you know. That's something I'm learning about this year. I'm like really, really training myself to do that more. And not feel guilty about it, because there's a big difference. You can like force yourself to relax sometimes, but even when you're doing that, you feel kind of, at least me personally, I think a lot of you guys might relate. You feel like really guilty to relax, and it's really hard to like rewire that relationship with relaxing, as it's equally as important as working, because you gotta fuel up. Okay, I will make sure I save this live. I seriously feel like a grandma on the phone now. On the phone. She said on the phone. Yeah, I can't keep up with it, and I feel like maybe it's like annoying, but trying to be present in my daily life and stay happy. Tunnel vision. Sure, there's not a little Virgo. No, there is. My Chiron is in Virgo, which is like debilitating perfectionism, which is very accurate, because I drive myself crazy with every little thing and overthink everything, and sometimes procrastinate because I like can't start it on the right spot, or it's like something I'm working on. Dun, dun, dun. What do I think about Libras? I have some of sorry, I'm trying to like gather this thought right now. All of the very influential women in my life um, like in my career, and just what I aspire for, and like what energy and what just I don't know, not persona, but like just how I wish to carry myself. Every like role model for me in my life are Libras. Yeah, all of my like really close like mentor, like female mentors are all Libras. Everybody's like, do you like Leos? Do you like Libras? What about Capricorns? What about Geminis? It honestly, there's more to you than your sun sign. So I can never judge anybody based off of just their sun sign. Because you could be, I know a lot of people shit on Geminis. You could be a Gemini sun and have a completely different moon and rising, and every other bit of your chart could be completely different, to make you not the typical, what everybody I think has an impression of. I love every sign. I think every sign has their own strengths and weaknesses. It just depends on the person. It depends on the rest of their chart, and depends on what you want to do with the cards that you're dealt. What are your favorite placements? I am still, honestly, astrology is one thing that I have a hard time, like, learning about it. Once it gets into, like, you're in the 12th house, and it's in this, that's the shit that you lose me. I'm really trying to learn it. I, like, know what mine are, but I cannot, I don't know how to, like, figure that out for somebody else. I have a lot of really good friends who are great with astrology, and I kind of just, like, lean on them for that. What about Kim Petras? Hell fucking yeah. Dun 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 dun. Someone said I look like an owl. Cute. I see what that joke is. Haha. What were inspirations for the new EP? If you had any. Honestly, I feel like every song is very different and kind of needed its own individual, like, reference, I guess. But nothing had, like, an official, like, this is inspired by this. They just really kind of flew out and felt good. But I made, like, a playlist for JT before we started working with him, of just, like, production to reference, and like just music that really resonates with me, as far as, like, different types of chord progressions, different synths, different production, energies, vocal style, like vocal production, like every little bit, but ones that seemed the most unified into one. And we had, like, put, like, Mute Math, Ryex, The Weeknd, Florence and the Machine, this band called Howling, Zola Blood, Radiohead, Depeche Mode, a mix of a lot of I don't know, just a mix of a lot of different things. I feel like our music sounds like a record store got like thrown in a blender, and that's what it is. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, that's cool. Someone said, I see Paris as like the Depeche Mode of this art. That's really cool of you to say. Thank you. Yeah, someone's saying, oh God, I love RyX. I don't know anybody who listens to RyX. I highly recommend if you want to cry to very beautiful vocals and acoustic guitars and very dreamy, atmospheric, like magical music. I would actually love to collaborate with him. I think that would be fantastic. Do I like Banks? Yes, absolutely. Janet Jackson. Nobody had asked to talk about Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson is great. What was the climate protest like in New York? It was really, really inspiring and touching, and it gave me, I know it's hard to feel like hope right now, and I think there's crazy shit everywhere at this point, and it's really hard to feel like you have hope and that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, but it gave me a lot of hope for like the next generation, for sure. So you guys watching, if you ever have free time and you're like wanna get involved, just like look up little things you can do. Every little bit counts. I know everybody kind of thinks that like nothing matters, nothing that you do matters, but it really does. There's 600 of you on this chat right now, and that's, if all of you are like, I'm just gonna do this one change, that's 600 people doing that. Logic, you know? I don't know. I never know how to be a motivational speaker with those things, but always work on you. Always do your best to just fucking be a good person in this day and age. Just like, please do what you can. Just be good. Be good to each other. Be good to yourself. I'm working on that one. And when you're good to yourself, it really helps be good to others as well. Just like, fix your shit. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, here we go. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna answer 5 more questions because my mom keeps sticking her head in because she wants me to hang out with her. You can't be mad at my mom. I'm sorry. She's the one hall pass. Okay, here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Do you love Winter Live? Yes. That's one of my favorites to play. Danny Phantom, never got into him. I'm really sorry. I have a weird thing with cartoons. Pretty much aside from SpongeBob, my brain just does not operate. My brain does not work with cartoons. Like, I watch them and I can't be sucked in. I don't get it. Actually, you know what? SpongeBob and Arthur. Arthur was like my favorite show growing up. Oh my God, someone said opinions on Arthur. We were reading each other's mind. Yeah, I love Arthur so much. I saw that they just made Mr. Ratburn marry a male rat or a mouse. I don't know. He's a rat, right? He's a rat. They had a gay wedding for Mr. Ratburn, and that was so cute and so sweet. Arthur's forward thinking. Get on it. Dun, da, da, da. Okay, so that's like 2 questions, right? Looking for the third. We're on 3. Can you record more empty room sessions? We may have just recorded a acoustic version, and it actually has acoustic on it in some sections of one of the songs from the EP. Where is Harry Styles? I don't know, London? Dun, 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 dun. For those asking about my opinion on his new song, I have not heard it yet. But I don't know if it's good. I haven't heard it. Are we getting any more music videos for the EP? Yes. One will be filmed as soon as I get home from my little baby vacation. Baby's first vacation. Do you read all the letters you are given? I do my best to. I need to be completely honest. Sometimes I'll like put them in a pocket when you guys give them to me, and I'll forget that it's in my pocket, but I'll find it. I'll find them like way later if I'm like when I'm at home or something. I'll like wear the jacket to go out or something, and I'll find it, and then I'll read it then, and it's like a really cool little boost for your day. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Fuck, how many questions am I on? Is that 4? I don't even... Okay, we'll pretend this is question 4. What's an instrument you've never played but would love to try? I would love to learn to play violin and cello. I know that's two, but I feel like it might be similar to guitar and bass, where if you can play one, you can most likely figure out the other. They're very similar. I would hope that violin and cello would be the same way. Yes. What's the sweetest thing you've read in a fan letter off memory? This one, there's a lot of really, really sweet ones, but there was one in particular that I think somebody's mother actually wrote me the letter, and they put a picture of her and her daughter and like us in a group picture, and that like warmed my heart. I really have a huge soft spot when people bring their parents to the show, or parents bring some of you guys to the show, and I know that like sometimes you'll be like, oh, my parents aren't cool and they're at the show with me, but your parents are the coolest parents in the world if they're going to any show with you, but like especially our show. If I was a parent, I'd be like, what is this? What? No. I feel like if I was a parent, I'd be like, huh? But yes, it was a letter from either somebody, and they like mentioned their mom. I think the mom wrote the letter. I just remember it involved someone's mom, and it really like melted my heart. And I love moms, and I love dads, and I love families. I love parents, and we always like Brian and Alex and I, like, our hearts melt when you guys show up with your parents. Okay. Last question. This is question number 5. There's a lot of pressure here. Okay, I'm looking through them right now. Dun, 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 dun. Trying to make sure this is. Oh my god, I'm stressed out now. Why did I put a limit on myself? Dun dun dun. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, it's hard to look because I keep scrolling and then new ones pop up and then I can't read it and hold on. I don't know how there is like 700 of you guys right now just watching away. I'd be like, this bitch is boring. Good night. I'm gonna go do my homework. I'm gonna go back to work. I'm gonna go hang out with my friends now. I don't know. Whatever everybody's doing, that's probably way more important than this. But like, you're here and that's really cool. I just think you're crazy for doing this, but also very grateful. Thank you. I gotta remember to do this stuff when I'm bored. If I'm like feeling down or bored or sad or confused, I just gotta log on here and talk to my pals. Oh my gosh, hold on. Okay, this is a good one. How much screaming did you do for Nightmare? So much, and it was so much fun. There's a very particular shriek or scream or shout, whatever you'd like to call it, that I do that Brian and Alex absolutely hate whenever I do it. I'm not going to do it right now because it's for their eyes only, and JT's. But I got to do a bunch of those, so it was really funny to me that we recorded like a choir of shrieks, which I think especially Brian, if Brian ever needed to think of a personal hell, it would be a choir of those screams just constantly going. Yeah. That's it. Okay, actually, you know what? Instagram is, I don't know how this works, but Instagram is timing me. It says I have 1 minute and 36 seconds remaining. So I'm just going to chill. Because fuck it. And then when it's done, it's done. And I have to be kicked off. I'm really bad at leaving situations. I don't know if you can tell. Yeah. Okay, 1 minute. Here we go. Here we go. You know what? I highly recommend, actually. I recommend, if you have access to a car or your friends have a car, go on a night drive. And if you live near the water or a beach or a lake or any type of nature, just like roll the windows down, blast the EP, and drive around at night safely. And that's the mood for listening to this EP. I've done a lot of that specifically. Like listening to mixes and stuff, just driving around at night, and that's like my favorite time to do that. So I highly recommend you guys go do that. I have 10 seconds left. I love you guys. Thank you so much for like all the love and on the EP so far, and I can't wait to show you guys more. Love you.